Hello, my name is Manny, and I'm your host, and I'm here with...
Ari,
Diago,
Brenda,
Bella,
Isa,
and Gabby.
And this is the Quill.
Merry Christmas! This is Santa Claus, and you have reached my personal hotline.
So now that Thanksgiving has passed, it's time for Christmas. We can put our decorations up.
you know, and like normally around this time, it's always, fun to think about when we actually started to not believe in Santa anymore. I mean, like, I used to think that as kids, we were pretty naive to that sort of thing.
Do you guys know that I stopped believing in Santa after I was 13?
No way.
Bro,
That's
what?
crazy.
Wait.
13?
13?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I was 13 and my mom finally told me the truth and I cried about it.
Wait, how did you even
Stop.
get to that conversation?
I don't know, we were driving around and it was around Christmas time and then she was like, oh, I need to tell you something because you're old enough to know the truth.
Yeah. It's
think
like they have
you were
to
a
break
little
the
too old
ice.
at
And
that
hearts
point.
crushed.
She was like, you know
that
that
your
Santa Claus is mommy, right? And
Yeah.
I was like,
You don't have a fat belly. Where's the
she was
beard
like,
at?
yeah. And I was
you
like,
telling me you're from the North Pole?
Who's the
and
elf?
I was like, are you serious? She was like, yeah, it's me and Daddy.
It's
Wouldn't no one tell you?
Yeah.
Santa's
No,
real, in school?
no one had ever told me in school. Everyone that I was friends with, they were all going, I guess, along with the.
Yeah, they were
the
just
truth.
happy that you were.
And there was moments in my childhood where I was suspecting, but I was so naive that I didn't
You didn't
realize
connect
the
the dots?
truth. I'm wait, the wrapping paper under the table, under the bed. Okay, maybe they thought the same wrapping paper, And then she told me, and I was sad about it, but I was like, why am I crying about this? Now that I think about it, I was like, why was I crying?
No, when I was little, I
No.
remember, my friends would be like, oh, Santa's not real. And I was like, yeah, he is. He comes to my house every Christmas.
No, because we would defend him with our whole entire heart.
For
We
real.
would go
you
to
would
war.
you would bring Santa along, and I was like,
No.
But I remember asking my mom in the car, and I was like, hey, people have been saying that Santa isn't real, and she just stayed quiet, and my dad too, and I was like, guys, I'm waiting for an answer.
Go on.
Is he real or not? And they were like, no, and I was like, oh, okay.
It's like, so what's wrong?
How old were you?
I was 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You see, I never believed in Santa Claus. I mean, it's mostly because I grew up.
Grinch, yeah.
Yeah. I believed in the Grinch. I believed in Krampus.
Who's that?
You guys don't know who Krampus is?
No.
It's like the
I'm sorry, we had a normal
anti-Santa.
childhood.
You guys have never watched the movies?
Yeah,
Krampus?
like Krampus.
It's like anti-Santa, bro.
there's
It's crazy.
He pretty much the kids who are very not into the family vibe of Christmas.
Like
he's
Christmassy vibe.
I'm gonna take you in the sack. And literally, what
So kidnapper?
yeah, I literally believed in a kidnapper. It's like he was like a different name in Cuba though. He was like El Cucuy or something like that.
Cuco!
El Cuco. See,
believed in that.
he put him in the sack and everything. That's what I believed in. I was like,
My mom told me he would take me if I didn't eat my food.
literally, and I was like, Mom, I can't fit anything else in my little belly. And that was just it. I never truly believed in Santa, and so when I came here, I did fight the tooth fairy, but that's a different story. But I came here and there was this entire my mom is like, Diago, Santa's gonna come, and I'm like, who is Santa? Who is the Santa? He's like, he's a fat man, and he's gonna come down the chimney. I'm like, first of all, we're in Florida, we don't have any
live in
chimneys.
Miami.
Yeah, we live in Miami. How is he gonna fit into a chimney? You're telling
The
me.
air conditioning.
Window. I always question that. I was like, but how'd they get in?
I was like, I told my mom, and I told every single one of my friends, because I fought with my heart. I'm like, this is not true. You're telling me that an old man is watching me, my every step, and is gonna
Damn, you
dictate
make
whether
him sound
I'm
so
good
perverted.
or bad. No, because that's how I thought. I was
Why are
like,
you obsessed with me?
literally. I mean, why wouldn't you be obsessed with me? I mean. But yeah, I never truly believed in him. But I never spoiled the fun for any of my friends. I just put that out there.
I
for
did.
them.
Me too. Well, for me, I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was 6 because I had my whole Christmas list or whatever, and I guess my mom went to when Toys R Us existed, she went to Toys R Us and bought all the gifts, and I come home from school and I see this receipt, and she told me to go put my clothes in the laundry thing, the laundry basket.
Yeah.
And she forgot that she had left all the gifts in in the laundry room.
Oh my goodness.
So like I go in there and I see it and I'm like,
What is
Parents
this?
I'm like, Mommy, what is this?
Mom, my age.
And then she's like, oh, I'm gonna donate those toys. And then, but like she stopped. She's like, oh, I'm gonna donate those toys. I'm like, to who?
To me.
Like, to who? And then she was like, to like the kids who are unfortunate. And then I was like,
And then you were
I'm unfortunate.
I was like, but I asked this for Santa. And then she's like, no, like I swear, like it's not yours. And I go to the dining room, and then she has the receipt there with my list, and I'm like. And then she's like, oh yeah, Santa isn't real. And I was like,
she's like, oh, you call my bluff.
I was like, oh,
Yeah, you got me. Oh,
imagine,
damn.
And she's like,
I
stop
don't know
the
about
count.
you guys, but like my parents when they would do like Santa or something, they would do just that one wrapping paper.
Yeah.
So imagine just like walking into the dollar store and seeing that exact same wrapping paper. Like what the heck?
It's like, oh my god, the elves must come here to buy
I
this.
guess Santa's cheap.
Target this
No,
year.
you go
That's
to
where
the.
your supplies are at.
You go to the flea market and then you see like the sheep like wrapping paper in the flea market and you're like, he's really saving up the money.
I don't know, maybe Santa ships out here, you know?
no,
You
He's
see,
Target with his supplies.
No, I stopped believing around 6 though, but it wasn't because of that. It was because my uncle would dress up as Santa and he would come with the bag and like give out the toys and he'd be like, okay, so this toy is for Maria and this one for the
That's
so
so
I
cute,
saw him and I was looking at him and I was like, wait a minute, those shoes look very familiar. Because he didn't have the like for those costumes, you have like the feet part, but he didn't put it on right. And I was like, that looks like my uncle's shoe. And then the funny thing was that I noticed that he would like disappear.
Yeah.
So I was like, where's Theo? I don't see him. And then I realized, and then at like 10 or 11, my parents were like, okay, yeah, Santa isn't real. I'm like, guys, I figured this out a long time ago.
It's like, I'm smart.
But they were like, so now it's time for you to join us as Santa.
Yeah.
So we all went Christmas shopping, me, my dad, and my mom, and we would go Christmas shopping for my siblings.
That's cute though. I
And
like
we wouldn't,
that. I like
ruin the
that.
surprise.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, yeah, I heard Sophie wanted a Nintendo, and
It's
yeah,
like, I actually called
fun.
Santa last night and everything, bro.
No, I
I
told my
know.
sister, I was like, you misbehave. I'm calling up Santa.
No,
She has
she
an iPhone
believed
now.
it. Calling about Santa, my brother one time called Santa. My mom called for him, and she was like, look, he said I put you on the naughty list. And it was like one of those fake Santa
me tell
toppers
you
that they
how-
had to have. Oh my god, it was so funny.
Extreme my parents went to keep Santa alive for us. We would write like these whole these were essays of like what was going on in our lives, and we're like, Santa, like we need your help, like get us this toy so our lives could be better. My mom would get like a template of like an actual letter that looked like it was from the North Pole, and it had his signature and everything.
I had that
Yo.
too.
Like as if it was Santa responding to me.
No.
So of course I thought he was real.
How could you not? How could you not?
She was like,
What?
it's okay, sweetie. Just remember your mom is always right.
And then you go to school and it's like, guys, literally Santa wrote back to me. Like,
The other kids are waiting for their response. Like, Santa hasn't written back to me. Why is he writing back to you?
You were probably on the naughty list.
Oh my god.
So me, I found out Santa because like you know how usually you send like cookies and milk out, right? So in the middle of the night, I was like, damn, I want to see if he went to go, eat those
yeah,
cookies
eat
and
the
milk.
cookies.
And I go down and I see I also left like a carrot that night for like the reindeer.
Stay healthy.
Right?
So I go downstairs. I go downstairs and I hear like munching. I'm like, oh my god, Santa. And then I see my mom just downing the cookies and milk. I'm like, I'm like,
Santa. What are you doing with the carrot,
like,
Mom?
my dad was eating the carrot. My dad was going crazy on the carrot, man. Anyways, I go down and I'm like, yo, Mom, why are you eating the cookies? And she's like, Santa's not real, man. Santa's not real. She was like, Merry Christmas. She didn't like it.
Wow.
It was like 4 a.m. I was like, wait.
What do you mean?
Anyone like,
should have been like, these were broken. I'm just gonna get him.
no, imagine she was like,
gave up.
Santa's not not real. Here's the present. And then Manny goes, fair enough.
No, I honestly really didn't care. Like I was a bad kid anyway, man.
Oh my
Like,
goodness. He was like, I don't know why I'm receiving the toys. I should be getting coal. That's for my explosion later.
I was like, am I really a good kid?
I really
question
don't
that.
have this. I don't know about that.
I would question that so many times. I would be like, what if like every time I did something wrong, I go back to the naughty list, but then I do something right, and I'm like, so I would try to keep up in the year. I'm like, okay, I
It's
lied
like-
yesterday,
it's like a
but
point
today
system.
I gave my sister her
No,
toy.
girl, even if I was on the naughty list, I always thought I was an angel and that I was meant to be on the nice list.
No, because like I would have fought tooth and nail just to be on a nice list, but again, I did not believe in it, so I do not have any say on it.
And remember, kids, I know who's been naughty and nice. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, so what do you guys think about like the ethics of, Santa's like stance in this? Like, is it good for the parents to lie to the kids?
I feel like up to some extent. Like, I feel like as though you can't make it really over the top because that can like traumatize a kid. For example, then they're gonna be like, oh, so everything else is a lie, the tooth fairy.
Like when they tell them like
Yeah,
the
like
truth?
how am I supposed to believe you if you've been lying to me this whole time? But I understand there's like some joy behind it too because they're like, oh my God, Santa! Like Santa's coming to give me gifts because I've been good. Most of the time, parents don't give them coal. Like
Yeah.
that's there might be a slight chance that happens, but usually even if the kid is bad, they'll get good toys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll give
So
my kid
there's-
coal.
You'll give your kid coal?
I will.
No, but like, I feel like it's good to have like some sort of like hope, like for the kids. Like if they're being good or if they're like trying to be good at least, because like even if the kid's bad, they're always like trying to be good in a way. Like it's just like their own personality that gets in the way in that. But like if they're genuinely trying to be good, I feel like there's no problem like wrong with it.
I think it's okay to lie to them, but like unless it gets to like the age of 13 here, then like that's a little too far. But like I think either you let it die out, or you tell them in a way like, I don't know, Santa Claus thinks you're too big for him now. It doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean.
So like what age do you believe Santa should stop?
7.
No,
7?
that's too early.
I
Like I
feel
feel
like,
11
okay,
or like 10.
In 7 you're like in what, 3rd grade?
Yeah.
So I want to say maybe like 5th grade, right? Because like
Yeah.
once you transition into middle school is like a whole different animal per se.
Ew.
So like then people will tell you like, oh, like Santa's not real.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, the worst part would be, like, to have your kid find out that Santa's not real and it's not from you. You get what I'm saying? And they come home and they're like, Mom, someone told me at school that Santa was not real. And you're like, oh, my God.
Yeah, like, I feel like if you're gonna tell your kid that, like, that Santa isn't real, like, you should also tell them not to ruin it for everyone else, because not everyone is raised in the same way. So I
Yeah.
feel like that also
Yeah.
goes along with that.
Yeah,
But then if your
definitely.
kid is stubborn,
So,
you're not in control of that.
no, but definitely. I feel like kids should be, like, raised to, like, have some sort of hope to, like, a certain standard, right? Because they're, like, still kids, and they're, like, still playing around, and, like, you know, it's not, like, real life for them, you know? They're just playing around, getting to know their, like, surroundings, the world. So I feel like it's a really good thing. And it's, like, a plus for the parents, because then they're trying to be good the entire year, and especially around, like, the Christmas time when, like, things get stressful for the parents.
Yeah.
It's also good for their imagination, too. Because
Yeah,
they get
yes.
to, you know,
Mhm.
it's like a reinforcer for everything that we do and so on.
So, yeah, definitely.
What do you guys, if you guys could like relive the lie of, you know, Santa Claus and all that stuff, would you relive it?
Definitely, yeah.
I think so, yeah, because
Yeah.
like there was always this hope in at least my mind that I was like, oh my God, like when Christmas comes, Santa's gonna give me gifts. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I knew my parents were giving me the gifts, it wouldn't have like the same meaning. Even though like, yeah, it's a gift, but like I got a gift for being nice, quote unquote, from Santa. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So there was like, oh my God, Santa got me this and that, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't have the same effect.
Yeah.
I would want to
But-
relive it too.
I also
Yeah,
feel like
same.
it's kind of like, call it like, I don't know, I feel it's kind of weird because, you know, for like people with like, fortunate events and stuff like that, like they could only get them like one present, and then like other kids would have like 30 presents, and then the kid would be like, oh, does Santa not like love me as much?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I've never thought of it that way.
It makes me sad.
They'd get like one present, and like obviously like the other kids would get like multiple presents, and that'd be off their parents.
I mean, I can see that, but even then,
The kid wouldn't even know. The kid would be like grateful, but like
Yeah.
like as you like grow, like in 5th grade, right? Like you would obviously start to see these
You
things.
realize how
So,
like
like-
these kids had nicer things, or this one got a tablet and I didn't.
And like all from Santa.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
does Santa not love me?
Yeah.
I can see that happening. That's why I feel like you have to like notify them at like around that 4th or 5th grade time, because
Definitely,
then kids start to understand like socioeconomic stuff, and they're like, wow, like my school is not as fancy as another kid's school, or maybe I don't get as much gifts as my cousins do.
Yeah.
Or it was always, at least in my household, it was always a constant battle with my cousins. We're like, oh my god, I got a new iPad, and they're like, oh my god, I got a bike, and like, you know, we would always like not purposely have a competition, but it was like, you know what I'm saying, it was like, oh, like
It was
who had the best
naturally.
gifts this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it would happen.
And that obviously lays on your parents, and who has, you know, essentially not more money, but like who can think of your gift, you know what I'm saying, like who knows you better, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be the most expensive gift. Like I could easily wanted a doll that was $5 and she wanted it something that was 10, but like, you know, it all depends on like the thoughtfulness of the gift.
I do
Definitely.
think that it's important to like go through that phase.
No, it definitely is for like our kids as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been the Quill Christmas special.
Woohoo!
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells.